Astrology is a very old system of knowledge. We know for sure it was in existence in 3300 BCE because a tablet on which someone scratched a horoscope was dated to that time. Astrology was being practiced 5 millennia ago, but I suspect it goes back much, much further. In a rudimentary form, maybe tens of thousands of years. Most of us are close enough to a city to get some of its light pollution, and therefore don't see a truly dark night sky. We don't know the kind of blackness our ancestors faced when the moon disappeared in its new phase. But in 3300 BCE and before, the sky was black and the stars were the most dazzling show on Earth. Some people who gazed up at it noticed that events on Earth were related to the movement of celestial bodies. That correlation is astrology. When you know your birth month, day, year, time, and place, a chart can be cast that shows the placements of all the planets in our solar system at the moment of your birth. When all of these planetary placements are interpreted, you've got a complex and detailed description of an individual. Knowledge of astrology brings a few indispensable gifts. One is that it allows you to know when a difficult time in your life will come to a close. It tells you the underlying theme of a phase in your life or what it's meant to help you learn. Best of all, though, is that it breeds tolerance. It's easy for a deep and emotional Scorpio to look at a high-minded, low-emotion Aquarius and say, boy, he's out of touch. He thinks it's possible for everyone to share a Coke and a smile. The world is overrun with assholes, and he's thinking pie in the sky. And that Aquarius might think, wow, that Scorpio is so subjective, and his emotions get in the way of decision making. I couldn't live like that. No wonder he's so serious. Once you know something about astrology, it's hard to remain prejudiced against the features of another sign. In fact, it can be amusing to watch the signs express themselves as perfectly as they do. Scorpio is supposed to be subjective, and Aquarius is supposed to make decisions based on thought alone. Not everyone is compatible, and sometimes people must part ways, but judging them becomes more difficult as you go. This tolerance can be applied to yourself as well. Your chart will tell you the extent to which you can modify your personality. For instance, an Aquarius can develop the ability to feel and express emotion, but he will never be one of these people who gets weepy and cries at weddings because they're so moved by the whole spectacle. And if he tries to become that person for whatever reason, he'll fail. How many Scorpios have been told to lighten up? Okay, not going to happen. It's not easy to be light and bouncy when your ruling god is Hades. Scorpio can learn to be optimistic, to see the good in people, do some affirmations, receive some blessings, maybe take some meds to cheer them up. They can go through a lot of transformations and find contentment on the other side. But a certain darkness is in Scorpio's nature, even if they're perfectly healthy. Understanding that breeds tolerance of the self. Now that we've covered the what and why, let's move on to the how. How do you learn astrology? This subject is made up of 3 factors: planets, signs, and houses. The houses are fundamental in astrology, but complex and difficult to understand, so we'll put them to the side for later. That leaves us with the planets and signs, and we'll begin with the signs. If you haven't watched my other videos, do that first, and then go back to watching Learning Astrology Lesson 2. Thank you for watching Secrets from an Astrologer's Desk, Learning Astrology Lesson 1. I'm Joy. More videos to come. And do me a favor, like and subscribe. And keep watching. Next is all the ways you can get in touch for your own personalized birth chart reading and full astrological services.